Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into a question today that I think has been around forever.
Yeah.
How can you tell a visionary from a con artist?
It's,
We're going to be looking at Victor Lustig,
yeah, Victor Lustig is a great example.
the man who sold the Eiffel Tower.
Not once.
Not once, but twice.
Twice.
And we're doing this deep dive just for you.
That's right.
You guys shared how fascinated you are with this idea of separating genius from grift.
Absolutely.
So we've got a whole stack of sources here to help us unpack it all.
Yeah, we've got some really interesting articles from that's interesting. El País, Cracked, Smithsonian Magazine,
Wow.
The Hustle, even a snippet from an RTE TV documentary.
Nice.
And to really understand the context of his most infamous scheme, we'll also be looking at the official Eiffel Tower website.
Okay, so Victor Lustig, born in 1890 in the Austro-Hungarian town of
Hostine, yeah.
Even as a teenager, he was already dabbling in pickpocketing, rigged card games.
Oh, yeah.
Even burglary, according to some accounts. Yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Yeah.
These early activities show us Lustig's developing skill set.
Right.
This understanding of human behavior, how to exploit weaknesses.
Wow.
His talent for sleight of hand.
Imagine having that kind of cunning as a teenager.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
But he didn't stop there.
Oh, no.
He was constantly upping the ante,
Yeah.
graduating to more elaborate scams as he got older.
As he got older.
Like faking seizures during business meetings to gain sympathy.
That's right. Or creating bogus horse races.
Yeah. The guy was a master of deception.
Absolutely. Each successful con seemed to just fuel his confidence and
Yeah.
refined his understanding of how to really manipulate people's desires and vulnerabilities.
It makes you wonder what drives a person to that.
Yeah, I think it's a really good question.
Yeah.
I mean, was it just about money for Lustig?
Right.
Was it about the game? The thrill of the con?
Yeah.
I think it might have been a little bit of both.
Okay, so now Lustig really hits his stride. When he discovers transatlantic ocean liners.
The ocean liners.
Imagine these luxurious ships filled with wealthy travelers.
All right for the picking.
All right for the picking.
Yeah.
And he posed as everything from a count to a theatrical producer,
You name it.
always weaving these believable
Wow,
narratives
he was good at that.
that preyed on people's aspirations.
And, his fluency in multiple languages
Yeah.
really allowed him to seamlessly adapt to different social circles.
Yeah.
Made him even more convincing.
Right.
Almost like a chameleon, blending in, gaining trust,
Right.
and then vanishing
Before anyone realized they'd been duped.
before anyone realized what hit him.
So let's fast forward to 1925 Paris,
Okay.
where Lustig pulls off maybe his most audacious stunt,
Yeah.
selling the Eiffel Tower.
Like the Eiffel Tower.
No, the tower had been built for the 1889 World's Fair.
Right.
And by this point, it was considered an eyesore by some Parisians.
An eyesore.
Yeah.
Wow.
There were rumors swirling about its potential demolition.
Oh, really?
And Lustig, always the opportunist,
Of course.
saw this as his golden ticket.
He sees an opportunity and he takes it.
So he expertly crafted a scheme.
Oh, yeah.
So believable. It's hard to fathom.
I mean, it's incredible.
He creates fake government stationery,
Wow.
adopts the persona of a high-ranking official,
Huh?
even going so far as to invite 6 prominent scrap metal dealers to a confidential meeting at the luxurious Hôtel de Crillon.
La Hôtel de Crillon.
The Hôtel de Crillon, talk about adding an air of legitimacy to the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't stop there.
No.
He gives these elaborate speeches about the city's financial burden
Okay.
and how a secret demolition was in everyone's best interest.
Wow. So he was really playing on their anxieties.
Yeah, he was weaving truth and fiction.
That's right.
You wouldn't outright lie.
Right.
Right, yeah.
But he would present this very carefully curated version of events,
Right.
exploiting these pre-existing anxieties and desires.
His target, André Poisson,
Okay.
was a newcomer,
A newcomer.
eager to establish himself in Paris.
So the perfect mark.
The perfect mark.
Yeah.
And Lustig really zeroed in on Poisson's insecurity and ambition.
Oh, absolutely.
He even takes Poisson on a tour of the Eiffel Tower,
No way.
pointing out these secret government locations to solidify his legitimacy.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That tour was a stroke of genius.
It really was.
It created this sense of exclusivity,
Yeah.
a shared experience
Mm-hmm.
that made Poisson feel like he was part of something big,
Yeah.
something important.
Important.
And the crazy part, it worked.
It worked.
Poisson pays Lustig a hefty bribe, and a purchase price
Really?
of 70,000 francs,
70,000 francs.
which is over $1 million in today's money,
Wow, that's a lot of money.
for the right to dismantle the Eiffel Tower.
To dismantle the Eiffel Tower.
Lustig, ever the showman,
Yeah.
disappears with the money,
Of course.
leaving Poisson to face this humiliating reality
Mm.
of his colossal blunder.
Wow, what a story.
It really makes you wonder, why did Poisson go to the authorities?
Well, I mean, can you imagine the embarrassment?
Right.
Admitting you'd been conned into buying the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
I think the shame and fear of public ridicule probably played a bigger role than any legal consequences.
I think so too.
Lustig understood that social pressure
Right.
could be just as effective,
Yeah.
if not more so than any legal threat. It really speaks volumes about his understanding of human psychology.
He knew exactly which buttons to push.
He did.
And just when you think it can't get any wilder,
Not.
Lustig decides to try and sell the Eiffel Tower again.
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 You tried to sell it again.
The audacity of this second attempt is almost unbelievable.
I know.
The police were undoubtedly aware of his previous scheme,
Yeah.
making this an incredibly risky move.
Incredibly risky.
It begs the question,
Yeah.
was he driven by insatiable greed,
Right.
a need to prove himself,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a combination of both?
It's hard to say.
This time, his mark, however, was a bit more cautious.
Okay.
He reports the fraud to the police almost immediately,
Oh.
forcing Lustig to flee to the United States.
In the United States.
So with a trail of bewildered victims
Yeah.
and a pocket full of ill-gotten gains,
Yeah.
Lustig sets his sights on America.
America.
And we'll be diving into those American escapades in just a
Oh,
minute.
this is going to be good. So Lustig's American adventures, they're this really fascinating blend of his like tried and true European cons
Right.
and these like uniquely American schemes.
Yeah.
And one that stands out is his money box scam.
A money box.
The money box.
That sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
So picture this. You have this beautifully crafted wooden box
Okay.
filled with these compartments, levers, gears. Lustig would claim this contraption could duplicate any banknote placed inside.
Really?
It was essentially a very early, very illegal
Yeah.
version of a photocopier for cash.
People actually believe that.
They did.
What was the catch?
So the box itself was an illusion,
Okay.
a prop designed to dazzle and distract.
Okay.
Lustig would use sleight of hand
Mm-hmm.
and preloaded compartments to make it seem like the box was producing genuine duplicates.
So he was preying on their greed,
Absolutely.
their desire for a shortcut to wealth.
He understood that the allure of easy money
Yeah.
could blind people to even the most obvious flaws in logic.
It's a tale as old as time, right?
That is.
So this wasn't just a one-time trick.
No, this wasn't a one-time trick.
He sold these money boxes all across the country,
Over
raking in tons of money
incredible sum.
from these eager investors.
They were all too willing to suspend their disbelief.
But then there's the story about Lustig conning Al Capone.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole other level of audacity.
Talk about bold.
I mean, what possessed him to target someone as dangerous as Al Capone?
Well, the details are a little bit shrouded in this mix of fact and legend.
Right.
But the most common account suggests Lustig approached Capone with this vague, high-risk business proposition. And Capone invested.
You did.
He gave Lustig $50,000.
$50,000.
A small fortune at the time.
Wow.
But here's the kicker.
Yeah.
Instead of disappearing with the money,
Okay.
he held on to it for a couple of months
Oh, really?
and then returned it to Capone,
He returned it.
claiming the deal had fallen through.
Why would he do that?
It was a calculated move to gain Capone's trust.
Okay.
By returning the money, Lustig positioned himself as someone different.
Right.
Someone reliable.
Okay.
More reliable than the typical hustler Capone was used to dealing with.
Interesting.
It was a manipulation of Capone's ego,
Right.
making him believe he'd found an honest man in a world of crooks.
Wow. So was Lustig setting Capone up for a bigger scam down the line?
It's a question that continues to fascinate historians and con artists alike.
Yeah.
Was he playing the long con, aiming for a truly audacious score?
Right.
Or was it a way to establish a connection with Capone, the potential safety net in this very dangerous world that he inhabited?
It's chilling to think what he might have been planning
It is.
if his criminal career hadn't been cut short.
Right.
But as with all tales of deception,
Yeah.
there's always a reckoning.
Always.
And for Lustig, it came in the form of counterfeiting.
Counterfeiting, yeah, this marked a significant departure
Probably.
from his earlier schemes.
In what way?
This wasn't about tricking individuals. This was about undermining the entire financial system.
Whole system.
He partnered with a skilled chemist named Tom Shaw,
Okay.
and they developed a very sophisticated process for producing near-perfect counterfeit bills.
Wow. So he went from scamming individuals to printing his own money.
Essentially.
How did he manage to distribute such large quantities of fake bills without getting caught?
They had a well-organized network of couriers
Yep.
who transported this Lustig money, as they called it,
Lustig.
across state lines.
Wow.
Their operation was so successful that even bank tellers struggled to distinguish the fake bills from genuine ones.
He was like a one-man Federal Reserve.
Right.
But every empire,
Yeah.
legal or otherwise,
Right.
eventually falls.
It does.
What led to Lustig's downfall?
It wasn't the Secret Service, as you might expect. It was a twist of fate
Okay.
and a dose of betrayal.
Oh.
Lustig's mistress, Billy May,
His mistress.
driven by jealousy and spite,
Wow.
tipped off the authorities to his location in New York City.
Betrayed by his own lover.
It seems even master manipulators can fall victim to the complexities of human relationships.
It's a reminder that no one is immune to the unpredictable nature of emotions.
That's right.
Even the most meticulously crafted plans can unravel
Absolutely.
due to unforeseen circumstances.
Life often imitates art, doesn't it?
It does.
But the story doesn't end there.
It doesn't.
Even facing capture, Lustig's cunning mind remained active.
Okay.
He was arrested and faced a lengthy prison sentence,
All right.
but that didn't stop him from attempting one last daring escape.
He tried to escape from prison. How?
Using his trademark resourcefulness,
Okay.
he fashioned a rope out of bed sheets and escaped from the Federal House of Detention in New York.
Wow.
It was a feat worthy of Houdini himself.
The man was truly a master of improvisation.
He was.
But his newfound freedom
Yeah.
was short-lived.
Was.
He was recaptured in Pittsburgh just a month later
A month later.
and ultimately sentenced to 20 years
Wow.
in the infamous Alcatraz prison.
Alcatraz. Wow.
Alcatraz.
Yeah.
That's not your average prison.
No, it's not.
What was life like for Lustig within those formidable walls?
Well, Lustig's time in Alcatraz mirrored his life on the outside.
Okay.
It was this mix of quiet manipulation, audacious attempts to bend the rules,
Right.
and an unwavering belief in his own abilities.
So did his scheming ways continue even behind bars?
It seems so.
Wow.
He died in 1947 from pneumonia.
Oh, wow.
His death certificate listing his occupation as apprentice salesman.
Apprentice salesman.
A final ironic twist
That's priceless.
for a man who built his life on grand illusions.
It's almost as if he was playing one last con,
Right.
even in death.
Even in death.
But Lustig's legacy extends beyond his scams
It does.
and daring escapes.
Right.
He left behind this set of instructions
Okay.
known as the 10 Commandments for Con Men.
10 Commandments for con men.
A fascinating glimpse, I
Yeah.
think, into the mind of a master manipulator.
Absolutely.
These commandments,
Yeah.
while intended as a guide for aspiring con artists,
Right.
offer a unique perspective on the psychology of persuasion
Uh-huh.
and the subtle techniques used to influence and manipulate others.
And some of them,
Yeah.
taken out of context,
Okay.
could even be seen as valuable advice for navigating everyday life.
The 10 Commandments for Con Men.
Yeah.
That sounds like a must-read for anyone interested in understanding the dark arts of persuasion.
It really is.
What are some of the key takeaways?
Well, for example, be a patient listener. Never look bored. Agree with others' opinions.
Okay.
These might seem like common sense,
Right.
but in the hands of a skilled manipulator,
Right.
they become powerful tools for building rapport and gaining trust.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty good advice for anyone.
Yeah,
Trying to build rapport and influence people, not just con men,
absolutely.
but in Lustig's world, these seemingly innocuous principles were weaponized
Right,
to deceive and exploit.
right.
It's a chilling reminder
It is.
that the line between charm and manipulation
Yeah,
can be incredibly thin.
it's a very fine line.
So how do we, in this age of information, overload,
Right.
become more discerning?
That's the question, isn't it?
How do we avoid becoming the next Andre Poisson,
Yeah.
blinded by charisma
Yeah.
and promises that are too good to be true?
Well, I think Lustig's story offers a few valuable lessons.
Okay.
First, be wary of anyone who offers easy solutions
Okay.
or promises quick riches.
Ah.
If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Remember, con artists thrive on exploiting our desires,
Right.
whether it's for wealth, status, or belonging.
It's about being aware of our own vulnerabilities.
Exactly.
Lustig was a master at identifying and exploiting people's insecurities.
He knew how to push the right buttons to make them more susceptible to his schemes.
Exactly. So it's crucial to be mindful of those emotional triggers.
Yes.
Ask yourself,
Yeah.
why am I drawn to this offer? Is it appealing to my logic
Right.
or to my emotions?
Right.
Taking a step back and analyzing your own motivations
Absolutely.
can help you see through the smoke and mirrors.
It can.
It's almost like we need to develop this healthy skepticism,
Yeah.
a trust but verify approach
Yeah, I've had.
to the information and opportunities presented to us.
In today's world, critical thinking is our most valuable asset.
I agree.
We need to question assumptions, do our own research,
Right.
be willing to seek out multiple perspectives
Yeah.
before making important decisions.
Lustig's story,
Yeah.
while a cautionary tale, can actually serve as a masterclass in critical thinking.
I think so.
It highlights the importance of being informed,
Yes.
aware,
Yeah.
and constantly questioning the narratives
Right.
that we're being fed.
That we're being fed.
His 10 Commandments,
Mm-hmm.
while a guide to manipulation,
Right.
can also be seen as a reminder of the power of persuasion.
Absolutely.
It's a double-edged sword,
It is.
a tool that can be used to build trust
Right.
and foster genuine connections,
Yeah.
or to deceive and exploit.
It's up to each of us to choose how we wield that power.
Victor Lustig, the man who sold the Eiffel Tower,
The man who sold the Eiffel Tower.
was a brilliant con artist,
Yeah.
a master manipulator,
Uh-huh.
and in a strange way, a teacher.
We teach her.
His life and legacy remind us
Yeah.
that the line between genius and grift
Right.
can be incredibly thin.
It's incredibly thin.
And as we navigate the complexities of the modern world,
Yeah.
we must remain vigilant,
Absolutely.
discerning, and always questioning the narratives presented to us.
Always.
Because in the end,
Yeah.
the most valuable commodity isn't money or
Mhm.
possessions,
No.
but our ability to think critically
Right.
and make informed decisions.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive
Of course.
into the fascinating and cautionary tale of Victor Lustig.
Victor Lustig.
Remember,
Yes.
knowledge is power.
It is.
And by understanding the tactics of master manipulators,
Yeah.
we can better protect ourselves from becoming their next victims.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Yeah.
stay curious,
Stay curious.
stay informed,
Informed.
and stay vigilant.
Stay vigilant.
We've seen how Lustig used charm and psychology and a lot of audacity to pull off some of the most incredible scams in history.
It's true.
But what can we, the average person,
Right.
learn from his story?
That's the important question.
How can we protect ourselves from falling victim to these kinds of schemes
Yeah.
in today's world?
Well, Lustig's 10 Commandments, right, they're not just a handbook for con artists.
Right.
They're a roadmap to the human psyche.
Okay.
They highlight our vulnerabilities
Yeah.
and the ways in which trust can be exploited.
Okay.
Take the commandment, be a patient listener.
Okay.
It emphasizes the power of making someone feel heard and understood,
Right.
a tactic that can be used for good
Uh-huh.
or for ill.
Yeah, it's like that saying,
Yeah.
give people enough rope and they'll hang themselves.
Right.
Lustig gave people the rope of attention and validation,
She did.
and they willingly walked into his traps.
It's true. He understood that a successful con isn't just about trickery.
Uh-huh.
It's about creating a connection,
Right.
an illusion of shared goals and interests.
And that's where his story, I think,
Yeah,
becomes really relevant in today's world.
I agree.
We're constantly bombarded with attempts to influence our opinions and decisions,
Right.
targeted advertising,
Yeah.
social media algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
carefully crafted political narratives.
Right. All over the place.
So how do we, in this age of information overload,
Right.
become more discerning?
How do we avoid becoming the next Andre Poisson,
Right.
blinded by charisma
Mm-hmm.
and promises that are too good to be true?
Well, Lustig's story, I think, offers a few valuable lessons.
I think so too.
First,
Yeah.
be wary of anyone who offers easy solutions or promises quick riches.
If it sounds too good to be true,
Right.
it probably is.
It probably is.
Con artists thrive on exploiting our desires,
Right.
whether it's for wealth, status, or belonging.
It's about being aware of our own vulnerabilities.
Absolutely. Lustig was a master at identifying and exploiting people's insecurities.
Right.
He knew how to push the right buttons to cloud their judgment.
Right. So it's crucial to be mindful of those emotional triggers.
It is.
Ask yourself, Why am I drawn to this offer?
Yeah.
Is it appealing to my logic or to my emotions?
And sometimes taking a step back
Right.
and analyzing your own motivations
Yeah.
can help you see through the smoke and mirrors.
It's almost like we need to develop this
Yeah.
healthy skepticism,
A healthy skepticism.
a trust but verify approach
I like that.
to the information and opportunities presented to us.
Yeah.
In today's world, critical thinking is our most valuable asset.
Couldn't agree more.
We need to question assumptions,
Yes.
do our own research,
Absolutely.
be willing to seek out multiple perspectives
Yes.
before making important decisions.
I think Lustig's story,
Yeah.
while a cautionary tale,
Yeah.
can actually serve as a masterclass in critical thinking.
I agree.
It highlights the importance of being informed, aware,
Yeah.
and constantly questioning those narratives that we're being fed.
His 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
While a guide to manipulation
Right.
can also be seen as a reminder of the power of persuasion.
Absolutely. It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
A tool that can be used to build trust and foster genuine connections,
Right.
or to deceive and exploit.
It's up to each of us to choose how we wield that power. Victor Lustig, the
Yeah.
man who sold the Eiffel Tower
Twice.
twice,
Unbelievable.
was a brilliant con artist,
A brilliant con artist.
a master manipulator,
Yeah.
and in a strange way,
Yeah.
a teacher.
He was a teacher.
His life and legacy remind us that the line between genius and grift can be incredibly thin.
Absolutely.
And as we navigate the complexities of the modern world, we must remain vigilant, discerning,
Right.
and always questioning the narratives presented to us.
Always be questioning.
Because in the end,
Yeah.
the most valuable commodity isn't money or possessions.
It's not.
It's our ability to think critically
Yes.
and make informed decisions.
You got it.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating and cautionary tale of Victor Lustig.
It's been a pleasure.
Remember, knowledge is power.
It is.
And by understanding the tactics of master manipulators like Lustig,
Yeah.
we can better protect ourselves from becoming their next victims.
Absolutely.
Until next time, stay curious.
Stay curious.
Stay informed.
Stay informed.
And stay vigilant.
Stay vigilant.